So I had a patient that might help you rethink what it means to want something and to rethink why that is arguably one of the most essential components to creating any type of change in your life. I had the pleasure of meeting this woman when I was in medical school and I was a student doctor. And the way that it all happened was there's so many cosmic winks in the whole thing. But the short of it is that I saw her in the waiting room and another student had been assigned her case. But then behind the scenes, that individual didn't want to take the case. It was a neurological case. It was, she was nonverbal according to what the paperwork said. And she came in an electric wheelchair with her mother. And so the behind the scenes was I ended up saying I wanted to take her because at the time I was studying functional neurology and I thought that it would fit perfectly for everything that I was learning, and I wanted to start using the tools that I was learning. And what I initially had identified was the fact that when she was with the previous student, the student only spoke to the mother. And then when talking to her, they accidentally, or just probably really didn't think about it, but spoke to her as if she were a child. And instantaneously, I saw this fire in her eyes and it caught my attention. And that was part of why behind the scenes I really wanted to take it, because I saw something that I knew the previous student hadn't seen, because we were just two different types of practitioners. And so I took the case, and when I went and got her, I brought her in and I spoke to her like an adult, and her gaze totally changed. And that anger that was in her eyes previously started dissipating. And then when I engaged in the whole conversation and wanted to know what her goals were, this is when everything really just broke wide open for me. And her mom told me that she actually wasn't completely nonverbal. It just took a lot of time for her to be able to communicate or say yes or no, but that she was actually highly intelligent. And you could tell, I promise you, you could tell. And she only had motor control over a single finger, and that is how she would maneuver her wheelchair. And she was actually enrolled in university and was starting her freshman year in college. And her mom was a single parent and could not go with her to classes or assist her. And so the issue that they were running into was that she could only absorb so much mentally without taking notes. And her care provider wasn't able to take the notes that she wanted. And so it was infuriating to her, because since she could not use her hands, she couldn't take her own notes. And because she couldn't take her own notes, she wasn't making the grades that she knew she could make, because unlike everyone else, she had to rely solely on everything that she could absorb in real time in a given day for all of the classes that she took for that day. And so what they actually came to me for was not to reverse this quote unquote condition that was genetic and that she had since the beginning of her life, but their goal, her only goal, was to gain function of all of her fingers and both hands so that she could take her own notes while attending these classes. And the more I learned about her, the more I just became blown away with this individual. Not only did she do everything she was already doing, making the grades she was already making without being able to take any notes in class, she was also having to depend on somebody who was actually creating frustration in her simultaneously, because her caregiver was not taking notes. She was falling asleep in class, she was playing on her phone, she didn't care. And so the emotional capacity of this woman to know that what she wanted so much was slipping through her fingers literally because she could not use her hands. So she was managing the emotional turmoil of that situation, while being in a class, while trying to absorb everything, knowing that that was her one shot to hear it, that was her one shot, unless it was provided in a PowerPoint presentation or a document given to her, to absorb everything she needed to know. So she was actually functioning in an unbelievable capacity. And so I, of course, took the case and I said, we will use everything. And it actually fueled my desire to learn more about everything I was learning within that world of functional neurology, the brain, the nervous system, the musculoskeletal system, and what we could actually do even with quote unquote paralysis or patients that lost function of limbs or muscles. And so when I dug into this and I worked with her, she stood out far beyond every other patient that I had because of her desire and her want. She wanted to use her hands. That's all she wanted. And the reasons behind why she wanted it were so profound. And then again, the other part of her story that I haven't even said yet, she used public transportation to get herself to college to take these classes. So the amount of effort, how early she had to wake up, everything she had to do that far exceeded what the average person had to do to get to those classes is something you couldn't even believe. And when you took the time to let her answer, when you took the time to let her say things, she chose the words she spoke with such precision, it was this laser-like intentionality that you have not seen in anyone else because she had to. And so I matched that intensity and we went all in, and luckily my supervisor, as long as I provided enough research behind why I was wanting to do what I was doing, he allowed me to use these new things that were not being used at that clinic, and we did it. It took some time, and it took, even me graduating and creating my own practice and being able to do more outside of the scope that they were allowing me in a teaching clinic. But she eventually got exactly what she wanted, and that was the complete and full use of her hands so that she could take the notes she wanted to take, and she could write down her thoughts as she was learning. And she forever changed me. And she forever changed what I viewed as wanting something. Because you don't want something that doesn't just pull from every cell in your body. And so if you're somebody that's saying, I want to heal, I want to change, and you have more function than just a single finger, then I would ask you to match the intensity of this woman, because you could accomplish unbelievable things in your body if you matched her intensity, if you matched her drive, if you matched her why. She had function in one finger. We saw that function as the door that we could go through to access a greater amount of function with her, and even started moving that into the forearms and her actual upper body. And so I want you to know that that is what's possible for you, but you've got to want it. You've got to want it more than just a quick fix. You've got to want it in the way that she wanted it. However long this takes, I don't care, because I want the outcome of it so much more than I want the discomfort of trying to get there. And it was unlike any case I had ever taken because of her nature, and because of my willingness to match her there and to make medicine work for her instead of putting her in a category of you can't. Everybody had told her she couldn't, from doctors to diagnoses to everybody, specialists, because it was a genetic disease. They put her in all these categories. She couldn't communicate, and they assumed they knew what was behind her eyes, and they had no freaking idea. So if you have more than a finger of function, I encourage you to access it with a will far greater than anything that you've ever accessed before. I hope you don't choose the shortcuts. I hope you don't want it to be easy. I hope you pour yourself into accomplishing and going after what is available for you in your life, or greater than what you've ever thought is even available for you. And I hope you do it with your whole life, every bit of you. and you don't look for the easy way out. If you want it, I hope you want it, like this woman taught me what wanting truly is, what a desire, a passion truly is. Can you imagine going through everything that she had to go through just to learn? She just wanted to learn, and she just wanted to move mountains so that she could take her own notes, so that she could educate herself and give herself the opportunity to live a life far greater than what the cards seem to have been dealt were going to offer her. That's what I'm talking about. That's medicine. That's human potential. And that's using everything that you have to your advantage instead of looking back and being like, man, this little thing in me doesn't work. This little thing isn't going how I want it to go, and this doesn't feel quite like I wish it would. Flip it around. Use her as the demonstration that we should all be aspiring to be. We're given so much, so much. We don't even understand all that we're given. And we're just sitting around, wasting our time, wasting our energy, wasting our attention, wasting our focus, wasting our power and our potential because we're thinking ourselves away from it. You're far greater than anything you could ever imagine. If you have a finger of function, I just beg of you to go match that with a life that deserves everything that you've been given.